Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Friday Night with Philly, and we're here for PRF1 full qualifying 50% race around the legendary Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium through the Ardennes forest. Uh, what a race! What a race! Hey Axel, what's good? What's good? What's not good? We're at Spa for round 20 of the championship. And the championship battle between you and Kamarov is super close. It's a shame Shrek had to miss last week, otherwise it'd have been tight between all three of you. But he's not completely out of it just yet. Very unlikely, but he's certainly the outsider, let's put it that way. But he's not, certainly mathematically, there's plenty of points on the table yet for him yet. So, write him off at your peril, I would say. Anyway, we're missing some drivers tonight. Davis is missing because he's drunk somewhere in Liverpool at a golf course or something like that. No, he's had his works due this evening. So I say this evening, all day. I think he went out playing golf, shot par around the course, and then got drunk. So not bad going, is it? In a way. Yeah, so he's not here, and I think Spreader's missing as well. I might be wrong. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. I think he is. Yeah, he is. He is missing. He's definitely not there, so he's missing. We got Up the Villa, 7-2. I don't know what that's about. Is that the score that Newcastle beat you at the start of the season? I can't remember what score it was. Was it 5-0? 5-1? Can't remember. It was a big score in a way, wasn't it? But yeah, welcome to you in a way, and good luck tonight on your debut. And just show us that you're a good clean racer, side by side. Nobody cares if you're first or last; it doesn't make any difference. But all we want to know is that you're a good clean racer, and you'll be very welcome to the league. It's welcome back to Gritas, or Taz as I prefer to call him, and we'll see how he gets on. Villa 7, Liverpool 2 from lockdown. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah. I'll change my name to Newcastle 5, Aston Villa 1. I really can't take Mick because we might have beaten you at the start of the season, but you're higher than us in the league, so you know. I love seeing Aston Villa do well anyway. I've always had a little soft spot for Aston Villa, even though you did send us down one year. But that was kind of good. I think in the long run that's worked because I think that's what's ended up in the end with us being taken over by the Saudis. So, and it got us to win the championship as well, which gave us a trophy for the first time in a long time. As apparently the Intertoto Cup doesn't count. We're with Misfit in a way. He's first out on track. Evening Gooner, yeah, Spa again, mate. Spa again. Gooners, oh good god. Oh. Never mind, mate. Villa being where they are is absolutely superb, so don't you worry. I think they're doing great. I say I like seeing them do well. So. In a way. This is it, just coming round to start the first flying lap of the evening then. Nice to see him back in the sister 100% league, FPR. Ready for tomorrow night's all-important race at Circuit of the Americas, or Austin, Texas, whichever you prefer. 100% distant round there, it's going to be superb, we'll love the track. Wait for that one. That league goes everything to Robbo, so a big shout out to Robbo. That one. No, didn't know you supported the Geordies. I do, mate. I do support the Geordies. I'd say I always have, but it's most of my living memory. As a very small child, I supported Blackburn, and before that, I supported Leeds. But I am talking very young, very, very young. And I became a Newcastle fan when Alan Shearer went to Newcastle. Followed the legend. Right, chatting away, and I'm not really watching what's going on the screen, and I'm also trying to get everything open on my laptop as well. What I'm doing is talking about football, so... How are you, the lads? Oh my god, Big D, that is it. That is it. You and me are over, pal. That is it. We are over. As Kemerov gives Mr. a good old toe. And then gets out of the way just before the chicane. It's Haas teamwork going on. Here comes Mr. Inaway and gets us underway with 1:43.7. Nice lap. So we got on the 1:42.9. You know the pole position is almost certainly going to be in the 141s. There is an outside chance it could be in the high 140s. But I think 141s is almost a dead cert. Probably low. Right then, okay, right, I've got that open, now I need to get the app open. See, this is what happens when you look at the time and go, oh god, it's 20 past 8, I've got comms in 10 minutes. And I haven't prepared everything. End up having to do it. Oh, Toby's going to be strong tonight, I can tell you that. He's literally drove here last night and won. Very strong performance. Straight into the 41s. This is Kamarov on his lap, just going up to the two right-handers. Got the app open. Excellent. That should be everything. Right, have that up. Hey Phoenix, great. Potentially Phoenix, that might be something that could be arranged. Which league is it? Cameron 42278. If I'm supposed to know which league it is, Phoenix Grey, I do apologise, but look, I'm in like 20 Discords, I've got Twitch, and, you know, Facebook going on, gamer tags on the game. I can't remember who everybody is. 141.7, Axel goes fastest. That's already in the quick area. Oh, MSCF1, Johnny Reed's league. So, yeah, I know you've got some fast boys in there, so... Okay, we've got Axel and Kamarov. And a few others, but yeah, it should be a good race, actually, I must admit, it should be a good one. But I know I think your fastest boys are faster. There. 10.5 up. Through set to 1. It's on a second lap already. He's having another go. We may as well stick with him. At least we can see the fact that he's up or down. In the 41s already, yeah, in Q1. But I don't... well, look, as I said, we might go into the 140s for pole. But low 141s, I think, is guaranteed. I know Axel, for his time trial, got into the 140s earlier today. I think a 140.8 last I saw. He was still going. Oh, nice. First two-tier season. Fair play. Come start, Lord Dent. Is he going to finish off the lap? No. He's going to go. That's so annoying. It's a Robbo. He's a Red Bull. So his teammate is missing tonight. That's Davis. He's the one that's drunk somewhere in Liverpool, I think. So Grittas, who was raced in this league before, so it's a comeback race for him. Got about a time trial he was putting in earlier on. He's a lot faster than he was last time he raced here, so he's in the low 141s in time trial. Thank you, Phoenix Grey. I try my best, mate. I know I don't get it right all the time, but thank you. Thank you very much. It's always really nice to get nice comments like that as well, so thank you. Robbo heads up then towards what used to be known as the bus stop chicane. It's a shame. It's just known as La Chicane now, or Le Chicane. La Chicane. La Chicane, I don't know how you say it. 42.7 for Robbo. For me, personally, it will always be known as the bus stop chicane, so I'm just going to keep calling it that. What's this week's card? Calm down, man. Calm down. I think you might have a gambling problem, mate, with your channel points. I'm not gonna lie. You're too excited about it. Prediction. I don't know. Let's what's about? It feels kind of wrong saying this, but should we do a prediction on Jesus? On which day will he rise again? No, let's do... I think I'm gonna go for the simple, will he finish the race inside the top 10? He's had some races where he's been quite easily in the top 10. He's had some races outside as well, so it's, I've seen him across multiple leagues as well, so I've seen quite a bit of him. And I think that for tonight, that's with the other drivers that are on track as well, I think that's a fair prediction, so let's go with that. So will Jesus finish in the top 10? Just put in the race just so people don't get confused. And of course it's yes, no, and I can give you the full 30 minutes to submit your predictions on that, guys, just for a bit of fun. Apart from Gunnar, it's life or death to him. He's got a serious problem. There we go. That prediction is up and running, guys. Have a little crack, see how you get on. Yeah, I agree, Phoenix Red. Got to be the bus stop, always. It's just got to be. THCM, interestingly, is retired out. That is in the pits, otherwise he would have dropped down to P15. So, see how Dark Lord goes. I think he's having another attempt here. I don't think, if I was THCM, that I'd be 100% confident of a 43.5 getting through. There's some guys here, so Gumbo and Fatal, that often, almost always, don't set their best time until the very end of the session. So you can never be 100% sure what those two are going to actually set. Dre and Atkins are plenty quick enough to go faster than that. And Theo would have been if he's capable of it as well. If he, I can only assume he's got a quali ban and that's why he's retired. So, yeah, I think THCN might find himself in a little bit of trouble here. Dark Lord 3 seconds up. So that puts him on a 146 flat, but if he had that much time to gain in sector 2, I'm sure he's going to have a lot to gain in sector 3 as well. Yellow flags ahead is Alfa Romeo. So, slowed down actually off the track to allow the McLaren through. Oh, kidding me. Second time in this session that's happened. Right, it's an Alpha Tauri just back with 2 right-handers. That is up the filler! Or posted, I think his name is in Discord. Yeah, proper mate. I love it. Yeah. Where's me Coco? I don't know. I don't know. I've forgotten. Actually, that's supposed to have one on Fridays. I've not heard from Clem, so I'm sure I saw him post something about possibly driving, but obviously he's not. So I'm not sure. Who's bet 10 on yes? I'm not going to look yet. I'll have a look in a bit. Someone's gone 10 on yes. Up the Villa then. Up to... I can't keep saying up the Villa. I'm a Newcastle fan. I can't keep saying up the Villa. I'm going to have to just get used to calling him posted. I can't do that. It's a little bit wide. It's not invalidated him, so he must have come off the power. Oh, Taz has done it. You're too young. You shouldn't be betting even channel points. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm promoting betting to youngsters. So yeah, he's a little. Oh, that's wide as well. How is it not invalidated? That was definitely invalidated last night if you did that. Alright, who's running lobby? Camera, have you left it on regular corner cutting? Put that into the bus stop. Oh, and into the... Oh, can you believe this? We will actually get to see someone cross the line in a minute. Alright, it's a Haas. This is he's on an outlap. 2 McLarens, maybe. Jesus. And Dark Lord. Williams Atkins. No, he can't be on a lap, can he? He's cruising. Okay, let's just watch it. He's right by the end of sector 2, so let's just watch him through. Now 2.2 down. There's a Merc. No, he's way down. Ollie. Just under a 10th down. He's out in his medium tyres and he's now a quarter of a second down. Not sure why. Yeah, Ollie into the pits. Going on and out lap. Where's Misfit? There he is. 18 thousandths up through sector 1, but he's clearly backed out. Let's try the 2 McLarens again. The subject to our prediction tonight, Jesus. And we can go. Let's have a look. Just having a quick look at the app, and Jesus, yeah, he's half a second up in sector 1. Putting 43.9, which would already, well, as it stands right this moment, that would be fast enough to get through. We want, obviously, to gain more time. I'm sure he will. And the sector 2, 9 tenths up. So that's a 43.5. That would put him on a sort of par with Atkins. Axel has joined. I didn't know he left. Guns to chicane and not too bad getting on the power on the exit. So 43.4 just gained another 10th in the final sector. So that puts him P12. He goes ahead of THCM. I still think might be in a little bit of trouble here. It's slightly up. That Lord Cruise in. Ooh, so that's going to see Dark. That means Dark Lord's out. Going by a couple of attempts, almost up in sector 1. Tree He needs to gain 6.5 tenths to go ahead of Misfit, who's the man in trouble. It might be on a lap as well. So, yeah, Misfit was ever so slightly up. He was 200ths up in sector 1. Stick with Goomba as he comes up to chicane. He's flying. He's absolutely flying. 43.1. Puts him up to P12. That puts Misfit into the drop zone. Misfit is improving though. Atkins is in trouble. This would be a big loss to lose Atkins, and it's going to put the other Williams in trouble as well. Here comes Misfit. He managed to keep it up. He has. He moves up to P13. That knocks the Williams or Atkins out. Dark Lord is out. Fates of Defiance is cruising, so he's out. Up the Villa out, and Theo we knows out. So THCM actually in the other Williams does scrape through by 0.08 of a second in the end. That's a bit tighter than I'd be comfortable with. There we go, but yeah, up the Villa, 0.02 of a second away from, well, 0.03 of a second away from getting fatal for P18, but it's okay though. Your first ever qualifying session, you're sort of on the numbers, so. As you said, you were improving nicely, but clearly went wide in the chicane, I think it was, or one of the early ones. Right, so that's the end of Sector 1. Sorry, did I just say Sector 1? I did. That's the end of Q1. My brain's not with it today. I've had a long day today. Right, that's the end of Q1. So Axel through fastest, but not obviously so important at that session. So it's important though for Atkins, the Dark Lord, Fatal Defiance, Up the Villa, and Theo, who we've lost in Q1. So everybody else through to Q2. Let's have a quick look at the race director and incidents. But terminal damage was also right. Okay, I hadn't realised that. We actually lost Theo through terminal damage. I thought he just retired out in the pits at the start. So no, he crashed on track. Sorry, I hadn't realised that. But ooh. I'll help him if I have to. From what I've seen of Jesus, I'd be amazed if you have to, Taz, to be honest. He's a good pace. I would expect him to get top 10. But he has been outside a few times, so a couple of times in the races I've seen him in. So, but no, I would expect him to, though, with the field he's against tonight. So. Okay, so into Q2, who's going out first? Traditionally, Kamarov comes out first in Q2, unless somebody ruins it for him. There's a Red Bull out and out. Oh, where's the Haas? Come on, the Haas needs to get out. Well, Kamarov's ruined it. Is that going to be a bad omen for Kamarov? He's always out first in Q2. He hasn't, so is that going to be a bad omen? You always say that, Fatal. You always say that, and yet I'm pretty sure you've been in the points the last 2 weeks, maybe even 3. So you seem to do all right starting from the back, from what I can tell. In all fairness, I know I say it all the time, but starting from the back is not the worst thing, especially around here. Certain ones a nightmare, and then you head up to a rouge. So it's not the worst place. In all fairness. You lost on penalties last week, did you? Like, eh? Well, after race penalties. I thought you finished about 11th or something. Shows what my memory's like, doesn't it? Post-race pen, okay. Oh, right, okay. Darn. Right, so Toby out first, and he's actually quickly followed by teammate Ollie. Toby, I don't know, quite new to league racing, but he's already won a couple already, and he's say he literally won here last night in WAO F1's Thursday division. So, and managed to beat literally overtook Danny on the final lap in order to win that race. So, did well. Oh, well, let's turn that around tonight then, Fatal. Right, let's go with him then as we go through Rouge. Just thought I could have done the hilly hot lap with him, but way too late now. That towards the end of sector 1. Pretty nice through the start of sector 2. So a little bit too much curve maybe on the inside there, but not too bad. And a nice into Rouen. Just a slight lift, but stayed in 7th. Just admit, this little section here is a section of the track that I have a little bit of trouble with. So he's dropped to 4th for the first of the 2 right-handers. I've actually found it to be quicker to take that in 5th. And easier to hit the apex by taking it in 5th as well. Down from the left. So it's funny how that little left-hander that's absolutely flat out in the dry, you don't even consider it a corner really. As soon as it starts raining, boy do you know that left-hander's there. Here comes Toby on a way of 41.5. Wow. Very nice lap to get us underway in Q2, and his teammate's gone 42.3. So the Aston Martins are looking very strong. 44.7 for Gumba, 43.6 for Taz. Vice has just gone across 43.5. Here comes Rob. Oh no, he's invalidated, so he's into the pits. Shrek then. .42.7 puts him P4. Misfit, 43.8. Jeez. Oh, who was that? I missed that. That was Spriggs, 42.8. It's gone up to P5. Jesus. Just coming round the final corner. And I think Cameron's just ahead of us. Is he? No? Perhaps he invalidated, I don't know. Jesus goes P9, in a way 44.2. THCM P7 on a 43.6. Then we go down, Dre's on an outlap, and then it's the 2 Aston Martins again, so we may as well go to Kamarov, because I think he might have been validated, he's having another go. So if you can sort of spot similarities. He's in Toby's laps. This is a bit of inside curve. I still think Toby hit that inside curve a bit too much. Cameron didn't seem to be affected by it at all. Nice through that section of track as well. How does he take versus 2 right-handers? Again goes to 4th, but takes the apex nicely. If you hit the apex correctly, it does aid you to get on the power rank out of the corner. It's important. It just leads you onto this long straight. Chicane, and not as fast as Toby, but it's a 42.4. Bear in mind, of course, They'd already tried one lap on those tyres. In fact, scratch that, they were a used set from Q1. I think most people will have used a used set from Q1 to be fair on the first goes. In fact, looking at my app, almost everyone has. So yeah, well, those into the pits there. So it's Dre. He's on a hot lap. We'll, Axel sent to Toby in the Discord. Oh, that was a fresh set, Toby. If it wasn't, we're in trouble. Here we go then. 43.9 for Dre, puts in P11. Don't forget your breather, Dad. And we'll be out again. Just having a look at Dre as well. Yeah, just to confirm, Dre there was on a used set. So anybody who's used a used set around here, because of having driven it myself last night, I can promise you they've got a lot more time in their laps if they used a used set on their runs. So this lap kills the soft tyres. There's Robbo then, who just sets one there, and he is on a new set. Did come out before, but invalidated, and so took to the pits at the end of the lap rather than going again. But it depends where your invalidation is, really. If you invalidate early in the lap, then you can go again, because you can just get the energy you've used back quite easily. Especially around here, quite easy to recover energy around here. It's, and long straights. And up to the chicane. It's looked pretty decent for Robbo, I think. It's going to put him comfortably inside the top 10, I think. He's going to go up to around about 4th. 3rd, in fact. There he goes. 3rd, 42.1. I'd be amazed if that doesn't get him through. A 42.1 should get him through to Q3. But in the AlphaTauri, he's out on a used set of tyres. Just double checking that. Yeah, he definitely is. He's on 14%, so he's definitely on a used set. I think he might have had to use 2 sets in Q1, so looking at the clock, I'd say it's 4 minutes. I don't think he can complete this lap and then go around again to pit for new tyres. Maybe. It says 420 across the line. No, he's into the pits in a way. Okay. I think that's sensible. I think it would have been touch and go in a way as to whether he'd have got back across the line. Sorry, whether he got back to the pits for a new set and then got out again. Is that Alpine Shrek? No, I think Williams then. The HCM is on an out lap, so he should be next on to a hot lap. And I'll tell you what, I don't think I've done a hilly hot lap with THCM before, so we'll do the hilly hot lap with him. And across the line to start his second run of the session. Can't see his tyre information, so I can't tell you whether he's on new or used. I would have thought at this stage of the session, everybody who's out will be on used now. Will be on new now. Oh, he's coming to the pits. Okay, we won't do the Haley Hawk lap with THCM. Can't believe you just pitted. How dare you? I wonder what he's done. Forgot to move his, change his tyres or take the fuel out, something like that. He's got plenty of time anyway. So Shrek it is then. We'll do the Haley Hawk lap with Shrek. Because we need to. So here we go. Already setting the lap up. You see, he takes a wide line and then cuts in. That's to try and generate extra speed across the line. Didn't do it that well, if I'm honest. Could have been better. But anyway, we head into turn 1, down to third for Shrek. You'll see some drivers using third, some using second. It doesn't really matter as long as you get on the power nicely out of the corner and flat out. Oh, sounds like a little lift. It might just been the fact that you're turning through it, so you lose a little bit of revs. It sounded like it might have been a little lift there from Shrek. No rouge. Head down now into the right, left, right. Very technical part of the track. So nicely taken from Shrek, and then into the long winding right-hander third gear, usually best for this one, and shift up to fourth on exit. Then see Shrek goes back. Oh, that's an invalidation. Too wide there. Let's go. Should have somebody behind. Jesus, yep. So let's go with Jesus. Oh, see, that's a right wobble into the right-hander. Yeah, personally, I'd take that left-hander in fifth, but in quali I do, anyway. In a race, I take it in fourth. And seventh through Pouon. Slight lift at the start of the corner, and then power back on and flat out for the rest of it. And difficult turning for that right-hander, but you need to get it right and keep to the inside so that you can open up the second part of that. Then the right-hander, I'd take this in fifth, but every driver so far tonight taking it in fourth. 10th up in sector 2 as it goes. Also, you need a good exit out of the second of the two right-handers. So flat out right-hander that one, and then you just take the power onto the long straight. Just as good an overtaking opportunity as the DRS straight. And brake as light as possible for the chicane. But again, you need to keep it pretty tight to the inside of the first half of the chicane so that you can open up the second half. And you cross the line. 4/10 improvement, but it's P11. And that little wobble we saw just as we went onto the lap, that could have been the difference of P10 and P11. So somebody just jumps up there, and that was Misfit. This jumps up to P7 in the Haas. Nice lap from Misfit. Kamarov just coming through the final corner. In the other Haas, here he comes, 41.8 from Kamarov, puts in P2. Red Bull on his way up to the chicane. This is Taz, who's currently in P11. Only 200ths way. Oh, actually, I think he must have made a big mistake in the first sector. He's 3/4 of a second down. So improves by 7 cents. Is that right then? Maybe that graphic isn't right. It's still showing the same, and he's obviously just improved. So perhaps the graphic isn't right on what I just saw. But he's only up to P10 though. Vice on a lap. Gumba, his big D's just crossing the line. 42.6 puts him up to P6, so that knocks Taz out. Gumba will be next. Sprague's now the man in trouble, but he's also on a lap, so we're just next to him, so he's ahead of Gumba on track. And half a second up, which would be good enough to move up just ahead of Big D, and would be pushing Ollie as well. So we're looking probably sit for 7th here, I think, for Spriggs. And goes P6. And Gumba, oh, I didn't quite get to him, but Gumba jumps up to P12. Vice, 5.5 attempts up through sector 2. Across the line, jumps up to P9. So Ferrari's 8 and 9, which means Misfit drops out. And I think that's it. THCM heads to the line. It's not it yet. It goes up to P8 and knocks Dre out. So Dre is out of Q2, as is Jesus. But, well, there we have it. So Dre, P11, Misfit 12, Taz 13, Gumba 14, and Jesus in P15. are the drivers that we lose from Q2 as we just wait for Misfit to be pushed into the garage. Or he could just retire for us if he could hear us. There we have it. Toby threw his fastest this session on a 41.5. I've got a feeling those 41s are going to come down to low 41s. But we know that if Shrek absolutely nails the lap, he can do a high 1 minute 40. But it's really hard around here. It's a long lap. And whereas in time trial you don't feel the effects of wear, whereas in this you do. So very hard to match time trial around here. Other tracks very doable. It's difficult around here. But there we go. So Toby, Sergeant Kamarov, Shrek, Axel, Robbo, Ollie Champ, Spriggs, THCM, Big D, and Vice through to the top 10 shootout. Well done, lads. Both Ferraris through. Both Astons through. The only two teams that have got both cars through to the pole position shootout. Quickly go to instance, and that's all that's there. Nothing important there. Absolutely, Robbo. Evening, buddy. I'm sat here in my shorts with ankle socks and the top off, mate. Sorry about telling everybody that. That's just giving you all horrific nightmares for the next 2 days. But yeah, it's boiling in my house. It's my dad has to have the heating on, so I get absolutely boiled. You don't suck at quali, Jesus. It's only one bad one. You're not usually down here at 15th, so well, I would have given you a toe as well. Q. Oh, I do it all on his own now. Ollie struggling quite a lot after 6 weeks out. Well, you're doing all right, mate. Through to Q3, so he's not really struggling that much, to be fair. Looks like Naston's out first again, so Toby out first again. Just seen Misfits put in a Discord. Good for me, in a way. I agree, and there was a moment there where I thought you were going to get through, Misfit. I have to say, when you actually put the lap on the board and you jumped up to 7th or something. To be fair, they're only taking a few mistakes, a few drivers to invalidate, which is pretty easy to do around here. And you would have been through. Yes, Big D did just get disqualified. Gunnar, I think you probably know more about that than me. What happened? Did you see where that happened? Big D disqualified. I mean, the good news for Big D is I've just seen him put in Discord something about knocking it into neutral and didn't know. I couldn't get out. I don't know what he means exactly, but hit the wall next to it was in neutral instead of first gear, and I can only assume it's got disqualified for blocking a pit exit then. Which is a bit crap from the game, let's be honest. Yeah, the only good thing for him is, of course, as it is Q3, he will start in P10, so at least he's not going to get completely knocked to the back. So that's a good thing about full qualifying, really. Simulates real life a bit better. Toby. Where's Toby? I can't see his tire. I can't tell you whether he's on new tyres or not. At the ones that I can, so the ones I can't see, guys, are the two Aston Martins and the Williams. So I can't see their tyres. I can see everybody else's. And out of the 7 drivers I can see, only 2 of them are on worn tyres for this first run, and that is Vice, well, and it was Big D. Everybody else is on fresh. So I can't see those three though. Hey, Taz, that's what it's all about. It's P15 on the grid, so Guna's right so far. A long 22 laps, if last night's anything to go by Guna. Toby's laps looking decent. Here he comes in for line. It's not as good. Well, actually, it's a 42.4, so he must have been using worn tyres. Must have been. Here comes Shrek, 42.0. Can I get to Kamarov? I can. He heads to the line, 41.6 from Kamarov. That's competitive. As CHCM across the line, 43.6. Axel, 41.5 from Axel. Spriggs then heads to the line, 42.1, goes P4. We get Ollie as well, 44.0, so not a proper lap there from Ollie, I feel. Out of the final corner, and it's a 43.1, goes P6 for the moment. And we head to Robbo, who's just gone to the back straight. Hey James, you made it home to watch the race. Oh, thank you. Rushed home to see it, didn't you, James? Thank you very much. So Robbo heads to the line, 142.2, goes P5 in the Red Bull, missing his best mate tonight. It's Ollie going again, that's the only thing I'm wondering here. So everybody else would definitely be going to the pits. Ollie might, well, if he was having another go, that would have ended it. So I didn't have any splits on stream, unfortunately, so I couldn't tell you, but yeah. I think he might have been having another go there. Either that, or he might have just been sort of using a lap as a bit of practice, hot lap practice. Still was intending to pit at the end, maybe. So we should have a little bit of time, maybe a couple of minutes now before anybody comes out. But, we cast our minds back to Bahrain last week. You may remember Axel and Cammy were in this position last week and they both messed up their final runs. And I feel this pole's there for the taking. The 41.5 is not pole. I'd be amazed if that stands. So I'm expecting us to be more down towards a 41.1 or a 41.2 for pole. I mean, I couldn't do that, don't get me wrong, I couldn't do that, but I'd like to think at the moment I'd be sat in P3 though, with these times. Right. Okay, so Robin makes his way into the pits. So we might just have about a minute now, maybe a little longer before people start to come out. Really, I think the track is pretty much as evolved as it's going to get, so in these circumstances I don't mind coming out a little bit earlier so you're guaranteed the clear track. So, and obviously it still sits as a tiny little advantage for the the person who's last across the line. Every car along the racing line evolves it, so it does make a tiny bit of difference, but you know, it's just, I don't, you know, all I'm trying to say is it doesn't make the difference that a driving track would make, for example, but I guess every little helps. If that's who we're watching, I will take a year's supply of pretty much anything, actually. I'm not really picky, you know, as long as it's not a ladies' sanitary product or something like that, you know. As long as it's something I can eat, ideally. He'll be out early. He is indeed Gunnar. But say it's not a massively important thing. He's got all this track though to use to get his tyres up to the optimum temperature, which is what he's trying to do at the moment. That's why he's sort of going in third, fourth gear, full revs, touches the brakes. Could have been there. This top 10 is decent, to be fair. Yeah, definitely is, mate. To be fair, you're absolutely right. Nice to see Vice in there again. Can't believe how quickly that young man is improved to be in a top 10 qualifier on a regular occasion. I mean, it still occasionally goes out in Q2, but who doesn't? Well, Axel, Cameron, Drake don't. But the rest of us do. We occasionally do it. So here comes Toby then. Didn't like the entrance to that, but if we're going to be honest, that could have been better. Into turn 1, so currently 42.4. Well, we know from Q2 we did a 41.5. That's his Q2 time at the moment still stands as the fastest of qualifying so far, just ahead of Axel's. He's almost a tenth and a half up. You've got to feel that the fact that his first run, 99.9% recurring, sure, was on worn tyres, and you've got to feel that sector 2 surely would be the sector to where you're going to gain time using fresh tyres. Oh, careful, careful! Oh! Yeah, so he's caught the inside curve at Plour, and that, without a doubt, is going to hurt his time. He's half a second up. It's just inside the 41s. Oh, takes out a barrier for good measure. I wonder if he's listening to me. Am I putting him off by doing this? I believe he's just taking out a barrier on the quality of that. I love that. Here he comes then, checkered flag is out, and it's a 41.7, so he goes P3. I think he'll be disappointed. THCM with a big improvement on his hands here, 42.5 on target for at the moment, but I think it's going to be lower. Yeah, 42.0 goes P5. It's decent qualifying that from THCM. Fair play, buddy. Robbo will be next. He's 3/4 of a second up. I just see that right. 3/4 of a second up. At the moment, Robbo is on target for pole. That is absolutely right. He was over 3/4 of a second up slightly. Well, if he can actually gain a little bit more through the final sector, he will have put down a really competitive time. And he has. What a lap from Robbo. Robbo, that is a brilliant lap time, mate. 41.4, that is a superb effort. Shrek goes cross line 41.5, jumps up to P2. Kamarov 41.3 goes provisional pole. Spriggs goes to P5. Vice P8, Ollie P9. It's all about Axel now. As he heads into the final corner. He is purple through sector 2. And it's pole 41.042. It's a 41.0 for pole. But yeah, it was much slower than he'd done last night, James. But we saw where the problem was for Toby. It was definitely at Pouant. Just caught the inside curb at Pouant, and that's just ruined the lap entirely. But in a way, it's not about Toby there. It's about Axel takes pole with a 41.0 superb lap. 3 tenths up on Kamarov. But the man of qualifying for me is Robbo. What a lap from Robbo. 41.432. Super lap. And it's only just off of my time trial. That is a very good lap, Robbo. I'm very impressed. There we go. So Axel, Kamarov, Robbo, Shrek, Spriggs, Toby, THCM, Vice, Ollie, and Big D quickly go to the instance. And you can see the disqualification there from Big D at the start of the session. I'm trying to remember, Gunnar, what was pole last night? Wasn't it a 41.2 from Danny? No, Danny wasn't on pole, was he? I know Danny did 41.2 in the practice session before qualifying, but I can't remember the actual pole position time, I'm afraid. Or admittedly, it was Toby, was it? Okay, yeah, I can't remember. 41.2 for some reason is coming to my mind, but yeah. Oh, well, James has just said 41.2, I think, as well, so it probably was. So there we go. So if he'd have managed that, he'd have been P2. But he didn't, so there we go. Right, guys, as always, I'm just going to take a little break, grab myself, refill my coffee, because I've drunk it all. So I will be back in a couple of minutes in time for the race, so I will see you then.
Nationality, Britain has had the most success here. Notable winners include Lewis Hamilton,
Okay guys, back with you, and just something quickly we didn't mention. In Q3 then, the speed trap saw Kamarov fastest through the speed trap on 345 kilometers an hour. So close between them all, in full fairness. The slowest was 342 kilometers an hour, and that was Vice. So, yeah, it's so tight, it's pretty negligible, really. So it was pointed out to me last night, actually, because I was wondering why I was so slow for the speed trap, despite the fact that I was clearly running potentially the lowest wings on the night, maybe certainly one of the lowest. Yeah, as Guinness just pointed out in the chat, it's not really a true reading at Spa because, of course, the speed trap is just after Eau Rouge, so. It's a really odd place to have it because obviously Eau Rouge does affect your top speed. So why are you in kilometers an hour? I don't know. That's what the app put it in. All right, Jake. But look, I didn't make the app, and I'm buggered if I'm going to try and convert it for you. In a way, look, you're running the start of my formation lap now. Okay guys, welcome to Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. We are in the middle of the Ardennes Forest for one of the jewels of the season. We've seen incredible races here over the years, most memorably probably 1990, no, I don't know if I've got this year right, I think it's 1998 or 99, where we saw the massive pile up going into turn 1 and torrential rain that saw Michael Schumacher, who was a lap up at the time on everybody, by the way, lapping David Coulthard, who was in like 3rd place or something, and drove straight into the back of David Coulthard because he quite simply could not see him at all, and he drove straight into the back of him and retired both of them, I believe. So, yeah, it was mad. In a way, we go into 22 laps then of this glorious circuit. You can expect a 1-stop from everybody. I don't think anybody's going to 2-stop on just a 22-lap race. As you can see by the left-hand side there, everybody on mediums apart from 3 drivers, which are Dre, Gumba and Theo. And on that note, we will take you through the grid rundown. So we have Axel starting on pole alongside Sergeant Kamarov, who I'm sure would love to get Axel into turn 1, but not absolutely necessary. Oh, Axel's left the session. That is bad timing. We'll carry on the grid order in a minute. Let me see if I can get him. Yeah, he's just added me in Discord. I'm literally doing commentary. Axel, there you go. There's an invite, Axel. Get yourself in. My shot has died. Okay. Right, anyway, yeah, so Axel is alongside Kamarov. We have Robbo and Shrek on the second row of the grid. Spriggs and Toby 5 and 6. THCM alongside Vice on row 4, with Ollie and Big D filling out the top 10. Dre then in P11 alongside Mystery on the grid, with Grittas in 13th and Gumba 14th. Jesus and Atkins on row 8. Dark Lord and Fatal on 17 and 18. And up the Villa and Theo on the back row. We will go. It's not too bad a view, I guess. So away we go. Just goes to car. It's going to lose some positions here as Cami and Robbo get off to decent starts. Obviously, things going on through the field close. Let's try and get an angle of it. Two Astons are a bit close to each other, and they're creating a Ferrari sandwich here. Oh, the Aston's hit! The Aston's hit! And it's Ollie, which is spun round after the contact. Toby hasn't got any damage, but Holy round. We do still have all the drivers. Yellow flags are still out at Eau Rouge. Atkins has ended up round there as well. Another yellow flag. Did I just say flag? Flag. Dre is round just before the end of the straight. Bit of an odd place to end up round. And position plate changes so far. Up the Villa is up 6 places now. He was up 7, but he's just lost 1. Misfit up 4. Ground start. Dark Lord up 5. So some big gains, some big losses as well. Axel's now down to P16. I will invite him again in case something's happened for the sort of first invite. Oh, well, he's disappeared. He's disappeared. No, he's not even on my offline list now. I can't invite him if he's not there. That was incredible, James. The Astons at Eau Rouge, they just seem to bounce. It just turned in. Well, if that Ferrari was still there, they'd have both hit him. The Ferrari, I think was Big D. It might have been Vice. I'm not sure which, but they seem to have the whereabouts to just lift and not be stuck in a sandwich going into Eau Rouge, which was, in hindsight now, was clearly the best thing. So let's go. I'm just going to put you on the front, guys. Okay, we've got yellow flags. That's not really sure who that was, to be fair. Don't really know. Keeping an eye on Axel, seeing if he reappears as online, but I think I said something about Steam. The Steam server's gone down or something like that. I don't really know what he means. So I don't play. Obviously, I don't play on PC, so I don't really know what he's talking about. But Toby, I thought was going to be able to have a little look at Shrek then on the exit of turn 1. Just seemed Shrek had a little moment. Oh, Fatal's had to go into the pit, so is that damage? We're going to see a front wing. Yeah, it is. He's missing the left end plate, isn't he? So that's a front wing change for Fatal. That's the tyres, mate. As the Ferraris switch positions, so Big D's now up to P7. It's all still pretty tight at the moment. Even the leaders aren't really, you know, it's not as if they've disappeared. So, I think... Right, just sent you another invite, Axel. I didn't know if you still had the first one or not, so... There is Axel has joined lap 4. He's going to be joining in P19 with a lot of work to do, but the field is close, so I really do suggest that he stays in and continues this, one safety car could change the whole race. So his Dark Lord has to pit, and yeah, front wing change as well for Dark Lord. We've got to change at the front. Spriggs is taking the lead. Cast your mind back to last week. Spriggs won in Bahrain and was absolutely superb. Axel's gone again. Oh, goodness me. It's another invite, Axel. Try and get yourself in. So, here's Toby, who has gotten past Shrek at some point, and see they're still pretty close though. I was having a little look at Robbo. Oh, what's wrong now? Clearly something has gone very, very wrong with Axel. It's another invite, Axel. I don't know what's going on, buddy, but it's a horrible situation, this. So they use him and Kamarov that are battling for the championship. Vice kicked. Right. He's Xbox, he should be able to get in himself. He looks like he's there now. I know he's already joined back. Runs very wide there. But Taz getting past him. Right, I've just had a message saying, can I try again with Axel? I am trying, Axel. Also trying to commentate the race, buddy, so, you know. No, you're not shown online now, Axel. Refresh it. There you are. There you go, there's another one. Right. Head back up. Thanks for joining again. He's getting to the point where it's down to him. He's joined. Control of the car yet. It's up 3 seconds, and that's Axel getting control of the car back. So he has control of the car now. Let's hope that continues. And all he can do is try and salvage what he can from this race. But as I say, a safety car at any point, which is a real possibility around here. I could easily have called one. Atkins is round at the second of the two right-handers, and I'm pretty sure that's his front wing all over the track. I'm actually quite amazed that didn't cause a safety car. At least a virtual. So, Vice and Gumba doing battle. Looks like Gumba's just about stayed ahead of Vice on this occasion, but surely Vice will get the run as Atkins retires. What's he done? Looks like he's retired on track to me. I'm not sure, but the stewards are going to want something from you, Atkins, to show what's happened. Because that looks like a retirement on track. Theo leaving room to the inside in case Ollie looks to make a move, but stays clear for that moment. Oh, Theo's made a mistake. He's into the wall and he's out. Surely this time. There it is. Safety car is caused. And he's completely lost out on his own, Theo. But that's the safety car that Axel needed. He's now back in this race. And I would suspect, well, going to be interesting to see what these guys do now. In comes Spriggs. Are they all in? Are they all in? I wouldn't be shocked to see somebody that stands to gain a lot of position stay out as Dark Lords picks up a drive through. Is it everybody in, is it? So far, everybody in. I think that's the last of the possible ones that might stay out. I can't see anybody else staying out now. I think that's everybody in. So, let's, well, there's some different strategies going on. Toby and Shrek going to the mediums. Spriggs, Kamarov to the hards. They're looking to go to the end of this race, obviously. The mediums will struggle to get to the end from here. It is a high wear track. Not impossible to get into the end, but extremely difficult. Yeah, interesting Gunnar, but not sure exactly what's been going on there. I mean, Atkins just, well, it seemed like he retired on track, Atkins. But Theo, well, we had a perfect view of that. Completely lost it coming out of the left-hander there. It was so concentrated on the battle with Ollie at the time that just, I don't know, it just seemed to throw him across the track and into the wall, didn't it? Oh, Dark Lord's retired out as well. For sake. Right then, the safety car will remain out. Fatal yet to catch the back, but it would have stayed out in a way. Hasn't completed a full lap of the circuit just yet, so it would stay out another lap. Okay, Atkins, but why the retirement? You seem to retire on track instead of going into the pits, which is an absolute no, and we'll see a ban unless you can show something else has happened. You crashed out. Okay. Up the Villa driver of the day. Long way to go yet, up the Villa. But no, you're doing alright. 14th for the moment, buddy. Keep going. Well, yeah, Atkins, it's not my permit. That's up to the stewards. That is up to the stewards. So, what do you mean? How is Goomba still ahead of you? Goomba's a great driver. That's why. That's why he doesn't have a penalty and you do, Taz. I was thinking James and Gunnar, did any driver that finished this race last night have a penalty? They must have done, I guess, but there wasn't many, was there? If there was any at all. Right, safety car in this lap. Just slow Spriggs down now. So Spriggs and Carroll to the hards, but Shrek on the mediums. Then Robbo, Big D, THCM all on the hards, Misfit on the mediums. It is interesting. To see, I mean, we're going to resume lap 9, so that's going to be 14 laps, 14 racing laps. So I think the mediums can do it. They're going to be they're going to be slow at the end, because we had a very similar situation last night. A similar timed safety car, and some people go on the mediums and some people the hards. So I think, yeah, they'll get there. It's just they will be such slow at the end. So we are back up and running and up the villa. Look, you cursed yourself. That is the first time I've seen commentators curse themselves up the villa. Like saying something in the stream. Shrek, can he get a good run out of Eau Rouge maybe with the slipstream? May get a double toe. Not enough though, and he's not wanting to use his energy. Look, you can't blame him. He'll lose all the energy in one straight, so that's the question's going to be, though, what can this man do? He's got to salvage his championship somehow. He did so well last week to narrow the gap down to 8 points. That is Toby making a move on Axel and getting past. Not sure when Toby dropped down to the back, but Toby pitted to mediums and now he's on hard. So Toby took a second pit stop. That's what's happened to Toby. Does do some odd pit stop stuff in races sometimes. I don't know. It worked out from last night, but he definitely made a mistake on a pit stop. It did work out. Something was happening behind there at the Villain Fatal. Oh, let's just get up the order a little bit. Taz and Jesus having a battle. And through goes Taz. That's P8 now. Penalty dependent, of course, but looking strong. Looking to do Davis proud this evening. Toby getting past Vice on the straight there. There might be something going on a bit further up. Ollie having a look at Dre. At the moment, top 3 showing little signs here that they're just beginning to edge away from Robbo a little bit. Just over a second. But Robbo's got a nice little lead to the Ferrari behind him as well, so there's no doubt if Robbo can stay within a touching distance, then he's absolutely got a chance today to be on the podium, because actually at some stage late on in the race we'd expect Shrek's tyres to be starting to struggle, which could leave him vulnerable. So Axel's gotten past Vice now. A little look on the app. I don't think anybody's got any damage or anything. No. I'm going to battle here under the pressure from Taz. So Toby makes a move on Dre into turn 1, and through he goes. Now Gumba is... Oh, look at Gumba. He's 1,000th out of DRS. So I don't think Gumba's got DRS. I think this is going to be a comfortable overtake here for Toby. He's going to make up 2 positions in a very short space of time. But Gumba could be vulnerable here to Dre as well. Or they reached the corner a little bit too early. So Toby through to P10. And next on the list is Jesus. He's going to be vulnerable as well. Cameron's taking the lead of the race, as you'd kind of expect when in DRS range. Spriggs. Spriggs can stay there with him, then. You know, it's one of these. It's happening in so many tracks on this year's game, but it's one of these tracks you're likely to see people, or see the leaders swapping places quite often. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Toby definitely should have gone straight to the hards. So I do think that going to the hards was the correct decision under that safety car, But we've got a yellow flag, and it's Dre who's round coming out the final corner. And no, he's got both end plates, and the app not showing any damage either. So I think he's just had a little spin. Shrek looking to get past Spriggs. Oh, terrible angle. So yeah, nicely done. Fully alongside before the braking zone, and then able to outbrake Spriggs with his medium tyres. Going into the corner. This little bit of battling that these guys have done, by the way. Look at Robbo. He's right on the back of them. Man possesses. I tell you what, Robbo, you're going to be in AlphaTauri tomorrow night, mate. 100%. Hang on like this. So, where can we go? We've got a couple of battles going on. Should we stick here for the moment? I don't know, is Shrek maybe having a thought of let's take the lead as maybe... I don't know. I'm just wondering if Shrek might at this point think, do you know what, if I'm going to have any chance of actually holding on to a win in this race, then I've got to use the tyres. Oh, Dre's out! That's a safety car! That's a full safety car. That is on the straight! What am I witnessing? It's on the straight! Well, didn't get to see the wreckage, so I can't be sure exactly. Was it on the little left-hand kink, maybe, coming out of there? Has he caught the inside curb and gone round into the wall or something like that? I don't know. I can only guess. So, well, Peter, why have you gone to softs? Up to Villa, why have you gone to softs? Why are people going to softs? We were at 8% a lap. Around here. Well, let's say the safety car comes... Well, look, they're going to catch it next lap, lap 14, so it could come in lap 15. 16 we resume, 7 laps remaining. So you're just on that 56% where you're looking at on softs for the end of the race. Plus somewhere for the formation laps, so you're looking at 60% plus where... I would suggest to me that mediums would have been the more sensible choice for what Vice has done, but... So I don't think there's going to be any heroic... The only one that may say I'm going to stay out is Axel. Because at this point of the race, I don't think he will. I think he will pit. But at this point in the race, he stands to gain a lot of track position by staying out. Now, for us mere mortals, guys, that aren't as fast, it would be completely the wrong thing to do. But for him, with his pace, he might make it work. But no, he's into the pits. It would have been interesting. I was just thinking, because of his pace, he might have been able to make it work. At the end of the day, his target wouldn't have been to win the race, it would have been a damage limitation. So, yeah, Kamarov stayed out. Right. Wow. 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 You know what? That is just thrown things right up in the air for Axel. Axel now has a chance in this race to do something with it, with Kamarov staying out. Kamarov's going to be under attack. Don't be wrong about this. Kamarov will be under attack. Now, he's very much like Axel in pace, so there's going to be a point where he can still manage to fight guys off, but the top guys like Spriggs, Shrek and Robbo, for certain, are going to be incredibly difficult for him to hold behind. And bearing in mind that Axel's going to be going the other way and coming through the field, they could end up meeting before the end of this race. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I tell you, I wouldn't go that far, Gunnar. You know his pace. You know, I don't think he's going to be lucky for top 10. I just... Yeah, you did have a nice little stint there, Taz. You did indeed. Still think you made a mistake on the softs, but we'll see. Yeah. Oh, and look, Gunnar, safety car in this lap. So this is actually a lap earlier than I expected. It's not done a full circuit. Maybe that's why Kamarov stayed out. No, because he had lost all the track position, so he wouldn't have done that. That's just a genuine mistake. Yeah. It's coming in a lap earlier, which affects the soft runners as well. That means they've got to do 8 actual race laps. That's 64% wear, plus somewhere under the safety car. So they're going to be touching 70%. Fair enough, posted. That's fine. Yeah, obviously, if you've not got any mediums to go to, then you've in that case, you've done the right thing. Because you're in a different position. If you're up the field, your better option would have been go hards, but because you're trying to make your way through the field, Sauce is probably a better option. No, wait, we are back up and running. Let's go to the front then. Spriggs already passed, and that is literally under acceleration. Flash mediums accelerating so much faster. Kamarov's getting a little look back, and believe me, at this point, Kamarov wants this position. Wow, side by side. Oh, really uses all the track. Squeezes to the limits, but good, very, very good racing from the two of them. And Shrek behind. Very, very nice racing indeed. Spriggs comes out on top in the end. Well, Spriggs will be saying to himself, try and get a 1 second gap. If you can get a 1 second gap before Shrek gets past, he could cruise to victory potentially, like he did last week. He was superb last week, Spriggs. Doing it again. That's a good point, actually. You know, yeah, you shouldn't be messaging while driving, guys. Just straight on the one thing. As Shrek gets past Kamarov, then, and Spriggs has pulled the gap. So Spriggs has just gone a gigantic favourite to win this race. He's on the right tyres as well, so... And Toby's just gotten past Robbo. That has a penalty. He's also set fastest lap of the race there. Toby. Hard to imagine that being beaten, to be honest. A little bit of argy-bargy there between THCM and Robbo, which drops another place to P6. Yeah. Just to let you know, Gunnar, the actual wear, Kamarov currently on 27%. Shrek directly ahead of him on 6%. That's the difference. That's what we're talking about. That's huge. He's actually in. Surely he's in at that point of the stint, Gunnar, where he's in, where the tyres really decline. They should come back to him in a bit, but it's probably the slowest part of his stint right now. While everybody else is in their fastest part of the stint. At the moment, Kamarov P4, Axel P11. At the very least, even if Axel can't actually get past Kamarov today, you'd fancy at the very least that he'll be able to at least make the damage limitation as minimal as possible. Or make the damage as minimal as possible, should I say. Here goes another. Williams to the outside. He's doing what he can, Cammy, isn't he? He's not making it easy for them to go past, and he's defending fairly but strongly. This Big D does a lovely little, goes to the left, then switches to the inside. They have a little bit of a touch in turn one, but nothing major, just a little wheel bank. And Big D makes that work really nicely. The soft guy's already hitting a 20% mark on their tyres. And that was Toby up into P2. Now I wouldn't be surprised if Toby can use the best of these softs to catch onto the back of Spriggs. I can't see him being able to get past and then disappear a penalty away up the road, so... But what he might do, if he can hold on to the back of him, is he might pull Shrek into that sort of contention. The mediums and the hards should pretty much level out by the end of this race, I would have thought. I don't think the hards are likely to ever be the better tyre, but I would imagine they would level out at some point. Up next for Cammy is Robbo. Axel now up to P10. And in fact, if we look back, that is Axel. You can just about see him behind the McLaren. So that is Axel. That's how close they actually are on track. If there was no cars in between them, this would be easy for Axel, but there are cars. Darren joins for some reason. Axel making the move. Looks like he was round the outside of turn one, and we got a yellow flag, and that is at turn one. And it's Goomba who's been round. I think he's okay though. Well, he's missing his right end plate. He's going to have to do a whole lap without his right end plate, which I think will result. Well, it'll obviously result in a pit stop for a new wing, but I think it will result. At some point, Vice had to take a pit stop, so I think he will probably lose that place to Vice when he has to. Well, he will. In fact, he will definitely lose that place to Vice. Misfit getting past you. Oh, who's that? Who's that? That's Taz. It's Taz. He's in the wall, and I can't see any obvious damage, apart from maybe his pride. But Zoe now picks up 3 seconds. He's got to P11 at the moment, going along very nicely indeed. Jesus, just for that prediction, he's in 10th at the moment. Wonderful. It's going to be, but let's get back to these boys. Sorry guys, I should be watching this really, but let's get back to them. So, Robbo makes the move to the inside at the chicane. He'll have the outside on the exit. Should give him the better. Yeah, look, he's passed. He's passed already before turn 1. Is Big D gonna have a look as well? He is, and he goes deep. Oh, Big D goes deep, and look who's alongside. That's Axel. Oh, this is massive for the championship. Cammy holds him off. Cammy has held him off. They have all got DRS. Apart from Robbo, who's going to feel like he's been preyed upon here. Well, actually, he doesn't get attacked at all. Ends up with just Big D having to hold off Kamarov. We could be watching the most important race of the season unfold right before us, just as you thought that maybe Axel's luck had really, well, beat him down, to be honest, when he disconnected right just before the start of the race. Dropped right the way back to 19th. Had all sorts of problems. We spent ages trying to get him back in, and we eventually got him. And now he is battling with his championship rival, albeit for 7th place. But earlier in the race, it looked like the championship may be all but gone, but it's right back on. Evening, Ghost Rider. Nice to hear from you, mate. I hope you're well. Tyre update. Cammy on 44%. Axel on 25%. 19% difference. And moment, well, Robbo can't chop him. That's the problem at the moment. Robbo can't chop him, but it's the only thing at the moment is if Cammy keeps getting pulled along, James, you might be right. Big D's getting past Robbo. Cammy gets pretty close to him. Oh, that was a little moment. Robbo, I think, had a little moment that we're on board with, looking behind. Cammy reacted pretty well. Very well. It's not all that easy for Axel, though. Look, he's got Kamarov's teammate on the back of him. So all this going on, it's allowed the guys behind to catch them, so that we've now got the second Haas who's got a yellow flag. Appears to be Ollie, who is in P14. That was Ollie, but he's already... Oh, he's back going, and now we've got another yellow flag, and that one is up the Villa. He's gone round at Pouat, but he's already back up and running as well, so I'm not going to switch down, so then let's stick with this. A bit bad for the top guys, in the sense that we're not watching them, but fact is we've got the championship rivals next to each other on track, so that's where we are. Taking a break from league racing at the moment. Sorry to hear that, mate. As long as everything's okay, though. Nothing wrong with taking a break every now and again, so we all feel like that every so often. It looks like we got a pit stop there. I think it's Ollie that's in the pits. So remember, Ollie is had a long time away, so he did say earlier on in quali, even though he got the Q3, he did say he felt like he was struggling a bit. So that was the Ferrari and Red Bull there, side by side. Big D ahead of Robbo now. He has a little look to the inside of Robbo. He's going for it. Cammy is going for it. He would love to put a car between them. And he has. He's put a car between him and Axel. that could be all important. See what I mean though, guys, about their pace? Because of Cammy's pace, he's able to hold where he is. That's why I was so confident he would never fall out the top 10, but a driver like myself, I wouldn't be able to do this. I would just be dropping like a fly. Just his pace, either. He's so confident in his ability to drive alongside other drivers that he's happy to battle everyone. So it looks like Axel has a little look to the inside of Robbo. Didn't get it done there though, and well, if he's going to beat Kamarov, he has to get the move done here, and he does into turn 1. So through he goes. Kamarov is still going to have DRS off of Big D. There's changing position there at the front. Well, no, it wasn't a change in position actually. Toby was already there, but full off Shrek by the looks of it. As Robbo goes past Axel. Well, that's killed any chance. In fact, Cammy is having a battle with Big D. And Cammy makes another place up. He's back up to P5. It's an outstanding performance in my eyes from Sergeant Kamarov. As oh, we've lost Ollie at Eau Rouge. Might just about see him. Oh, goodness me. You almost hit him, let alone seen him. But on this last lap of the race then, well, let's have a quick look then. You are absolutely right. Toby has 9 seconds of penalties, so that will only actually... Well, actually, do you know what? It's really tight for Kamarov. He's about... Well, yeah, Kamarov's about half a second off of getting him. But Spriggs wins in Belgium. Shrek promotes to P2. Toby will drop out of the top 3. THCM up to 3rd. Kamarov does get him. Kamarov gets him by 27 thousandths. Kamarov jumps up to 4th. And I think, do you know what, I don't give it to him as often as I probably should, but how can I not give him driver of the day, guys? I don't know how he's just done that. I think I would be wrong not to give him driver of the day. Oh! It's come up as, I think Toby's left the session before everybody's crossed the line, so it's DNF'd him. That will be put right for the standings, guys. So, I think Toby was 5th. So I'll do the countdown in just a second properly. So, yeah, I agree, Big D. I can't not. I know it's maybe a little bit unfair on the guys that have finished ahead, but I can't not. I can't not. I can't not give him driver of the day for that. So to then come back and gain 2 places back at the end on ridiculous tyre wear, 56% on those hards. So Spriggs wins from Shrek. THCM promoted a 3rd. Kamarov 4th in the end. Toby was 5th. Big D 6th. Robbo 7th. Axel 8th. Misfit 9th. Jesus 10th. Fates of Defiance 11th. Gritas 12th. Up the Villa 13th. Gumba 14th. Vice 15th. And then well, Ollie's been classified as 16th, so he might keep that. But other than that, Dre, Dark Lord, Theo, and Atkins are retirements. Fatal P11, mate. So you did a lot better than you were expecting. So well done, buddy. Always good to see you do well. Just scroll through. Just about got all the incidents in. So Okay, guys, top three. I will invite you in just a moment. Points how? Because you kept it clean and got on with it, mate. That's how. You drove well. Right, okay, let's get them in. Right, so who do I want again? I've completely forgotten. They've left the lobby in a way. So, Spriggs, there's Spriggs. Get Spriggs in. Spriggs, THCM is on PlayStation, so I can't invite him. And I've completely forgotten who was P2. Oh, it was Shrek, and I can't invite Shrek, so it's just going to be me and Spriggs having a quick little chat, I think. And I believe Spriggs is here. Spriggs, hello. Hello. Are you muted? Okay. Have you ticked your box to include your audio, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. It's just you and me, but mate, because the other two are non-Xbox, so
Oh,
I
okay.
can't speak to them. So I'll just have a quick chat with you.
No
Well
problem.
done. Another victory.
Thank you.
I
Oh
don't. I
man.
don't think you can keep the Mr. P2 tag any longer. You know.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. I finally get rid of it. Yes.
no, well done, man.
Oh
I think
dear.
on that restart, obviously you'd been aware that Cameron stayed out, so
Yeah.
I don't know if it was your plan, but it looked like the plan was to get past Kamarov and try and pull the 1 second before Shrek could get
Yes.
past him.
Yes. Exactly that. Yeah. Do you want me to sort of go through it? I guess now. I'll
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. It was I guess like I think from quality, I kind of felt like I would be quick, but not like, with Axel and Kamarov and stuff. I was thought, oh, maybe I'll be able to sort of stick with them. But over the race, I feel like they'll just have the pace. And but then we sort of got into the race and everything, and I sort of just felt more and more comfortable in the car and stuff. And then yeah, it was literally as you said when the safety car came out, and I saw Kamarov. Well, I was in front and I thought, okay, I have a feeling because of the way Belgium is, people are just going to pit. And I figured Kamarov would as well, so I just thought, oh, screw it, I'll just jump. I'd rather pit and then just try and make up the places than stay out on the worst, on the sort of hard tires, which are about 20%, I think, at the time when we pit. So I
yeah,
just thought it was better to go into fresh mediums, to be honest, especially with faster people behind. Just get swallowed up. And I don't think I would have been able to do what Kamarov did to be fourth still, to be honest. So yeah, and then as soon as we restarted and I was behind him, I felt gutted for him to be honest as well. But as soon as we got going again, yeah, it was just get past him as quickly as I can. And then sector 2 and 3, I thought I need to be ahead by that point because I can make up all the gap then before we get back to the start line. And
yeah.
then I knew, and then sort of, so I was trying to just use all my ERS after I managed to get through and then just yeah hold out and just hope they just battle it behind. So yeah, that was pretty much that really.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, all in all, it was all really close before the safety car. It was
Yeah,
really tight, and but the whole field was pretty tight
it
throughout.
was, yeah,
But yeah, obviously, a shame really that Axel DC'd at the start.
yeah.
Well, just right towards the end of the formation lap, he disappeared, and not only that, when he tried to get back in, the blooming I think it's I don't really understand it 'cause he's PC, but something to do with like the Steam
Oh,
server or something like that. I don't know. But it was down, so he couldn't
oh,
get straight
okay.
back in. It took ages to get
Oh
him back in.
no.
So he was down P19
Yeah.
and a pit stop behind
Oh
um,
really?
before we got him back. But yeah, no, he did well though to recover up to P8, and the championship very much still on. It could have
Good.
been a lot worse. So,
Yeah, definitely.
but I, yeah, I must admit I have given driver the data camera off. I don't. I just
I
don't
think
understand how
that
he's come away P4.
yeah, I think that makes more sense
It's
to
mad.
be honest. But
Yeah,
that's just Cameron for you. He can just do things like that.
yeah. Well, there was Gunnar and was saying on the in the chat on the stream it's he won't hold on to top 10. Um, but I
Oh
said
my
he
gosh,
probably will
underestimating
because of
Cameron.
his pace. Yeah, but
Yeah,
then to come back and take two drivers back at the end and and obviously just about got
Gosh,
the fourth
rejuvenated.
place on the penalty to Toby as well. So yeah, it's yeah, fair play to him. Fair play.
No, it
I
was.
would have dropped out the top 10 easy. So
I gotta say it was really good because I think when at the start when me and him pulled a gap, I think it was just like a small one, but from then I just knew like this is just Kamarov like chilling. I feel like so if he's really pushing, and I reckon he's got the pace all day to be honest. So yeah, it was good to see him actually do that to be honest.
yeah,
So yeah,
definitely. Um,
yeah,
yeah. Well, there we go. That
awesome.
was Spa. Where are we next week? I do
Oh, I
know.
think we're in Monza next.
I think you're right. I'm just going to double check, but I think you're right.
Hmm.
I did look, but
Oh, apologies, we're not. It's Spain.
no, that's right. Spain. Yeah. Yeah, I did look earlier on as well.
Cool.
Still said I thought it was one. Yeah, we have Spain, Canada, and Brazil left.
Oh, those are good.
Spain. Do you like Spain?
Yeah, I think it's to be honest, it's one of my favorites. I think just because it's such a high downforce track, and you can really sort of throw everything at with the car, and it's quite nice to
Yeah.
drive in that sense. I kind of prefer the tracks that are higher downforce, to be honest. So that would be a
Yeah.
nice one.
Cool. So I expect to see you at the front somewhere again.
Fingers
But yeah, no,
crossed.
I agree with you. I love driving it on this in
Yeah,
this game. The bump's been a bit annoying, but it seems to have gone now.
yeah,
So
cool,
where they put it
awesome.
this time, I don't know. Somebody will find out. I expect next week, but
Yeah.
obviously they'll go over it.
Oh gosh.
So.
Hopefully not a
um,
championship leader or something. That would be
yeah,
tragic.
they've moved they put it off the racing line somewhere, like in
And just moved
sector
it.
two or something. Yeah, or sector three.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Right, okay, guys. Well, as always, thank you to everybody that's watched along with me, and thank you to everybody that watched the stream back. I'm just going to finish, sign off the predictions. So, well done to Jesus, who did finish in the top 10. So, congratulations to him, and I will sign that off now. So, choose outcome, and the outcome was yes. Can't believe 85% of people voted no against Jesus finishing in the top 10. I mean, a bit
There's
strange.
no
Yeah.
faith, just zero faith in.
Have they not heard of this man?
Honestly, even my friends know of Cameron now.
Right, okay, guys. Yeah, as I said, thank you very much to everybody that's watched along and kept me entertained through the chat. Thank you to everybody who watched the stream back. I really appreciate it. As does the league. So, well done to all the drivers tonight. It was Spa's always tough. Let's be honest. So, yeah, we will see you again next week at 8:30 for Spain. Other than that, I will be back on Sunday for HRF1 at 8 p.m. So come join me for that one, please, for round 3 of the season. Other than that, the 100% race for FPR is tomorrow night. You racing, Spriggs?
No, no family event.
No.
I can't. Yeah, I,
What?
yeah, I got like a massive family gathering, so I can't attend, unfortunately.
Well, I think your family should understand that this comes first.
Yeah, they should
And
all just sit and watch me, to be honest with you.
why
It'd be
not?
way
Have some
more fun.
fans.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly.
They can all join the stream, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but
I'll give you like
yeah,
20 extra viewers just from my side.
that's it. So yeah, guys, don't forget to tune in to Fuse tomorrow night for the 100% stream and cheer me on. After Robbo's performance tonight, he's definitely getting an Alpha Tauri, so you can look forward to that. But anyway, guys, good night. God bless you again soon.